they will put your stuff in shipping hell. And then the person doesn't get it. Like I have a frame that I ended up giving away to somebody else and I gave the other guy, like, I bought him something on Bang Goods because that's unfortunately that's easier for him.
Right.
But the frame literally went to Brazil, got stuck there because he sent the wrong name by accident. Like it was like the way he wrote it was wrong, and he didn't check the spelling. And then my wife on our end, we didn't know about the fact that we were supposed to write gift on it. Right. So they wanted a receipt, and they said his name didn't match, and it was just a whole nightmare. And like it sat in storage for 4 months before it came back to me, and they wouldn't tell me where it was. They were talking about I have to call U.S. Customs to find out where Brazil is keeping it. I'm like, why am I calling U.S. Customs? I'm calling you. Like you have this shit. Like you need to tell me where my shit is. And yeah, so Brazil's off my list.
So I've shipped to Great Britain, Germany, Sweden, and one other country I can't remember. I think it might have been Italy, or no, Spain. It was Spain. But I've shipped to a couple, and it hasn't been bad. The only problem I have with it is no matter what type of shipping I select, unless I go to like UPS, DHL, or FedEx, I lose tracking as soon as it drops into their country. As soon as it's received into the country, my U.S. Postal Service doesn't track it anymore.
Yeah.
So I can tell the guy, hey, look, it's in the country. It hit customs, but after that, I don't know what to tell people, right? I mean, but I will say I've only had one package lost out of all the packages I've shipped out. Fortunately, knock wood, and that was to Dan. So somewhere out there in U.S. Postal Service land, there is a OG nemesis floating around.
Someone over there flies that PV, man. I'm telling you that much.
Yeah.
It could be. It could be. I use black bubble wrap for my packages, and I've got my logo stickers that go on them for my return address. So it's a fairly recognizable package. At least most of the customers that have used me before know what to look for when they get their packages. Look for that black bubble wrap, man.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, the post office's X-ray machines are getting way too damn good. I mean, like, I got a letter in the mail, and you get the preview in your email, right? And I'm looking at the preview in the email, and I can practically read the words on the paper through the envelope.
Yeah, that's well, I mean, there's a lot of people that are shipping not so legal things through the USPS.
So they got to get serious now.
Well, I mean, especially with all the bullshit of freaking, you got legalized marijuana states and not legalized marijuana states.
Right.
That is the biggest conundrum that, I mean, it's getting to the point where people in non-legal states almost have to decriminalize it because they're sending so many people to jail for something that's medicine in other states. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like the city of Austin and Travis County has decriminalized it up to, I think it's, they want to say a quarter ounce or some stupid shit. But Williamson County, the county that I live in, that's north of Austin, they take you. You don't get a misdemeanor ticket. You get a misdemeanor, but you get taken in and fingerprinted, and got to see the magistrate for bail. So
that's deep.
But it's just one of those. It's one of those silly things. It's like, I imagine this is back what it was like in the 20s and the 30s when certain states were starting to, decriminalize alcohol during Prohibition and stuff, right? So it's one of those things that the thing that I think is holding back a lot of states is the federal rating of it. Like,
there's a freaking bill on the Senate right now that just need to take it up and vote, and people need to follow what the people want.
It's 70% not even what the people want. It's follow the damn rule of the laws that you already have established, right? It's classified as class 1, which is the same class as heroin, crack, shit that has zero medical uses.
Yep.
I mean, Schedule 1 is zero medical use. There is thousands upon thousands of proven medical uses for it. If not it for CBD, for, there's so many freaking. It's just it makes no sense for them to keep doing it that way.
To be honest. So it's
So,
like, yeah, it should be reclassified.
You got to realize that most of these guys aren't even reading their own. They're not even reading the rule book in the first place. Like they have no clue what half of these laws are. And I mean, that's the thing that frustrates me. And I don't want to get political because I know that becomes a problem if we all do that. But like, it frustrates me watching, political figures do what they do when you start to look at it and realize that you don't even know, like you're vetoing something that you about a year ago agreed to. Like, it's like, did you pay attention to what was going on here? Like, it's just really frustrating, like watching.
It's funny because so the way I like to look at it, and this is so most people are about this far from center, one way or the other in their political leanings. The politicians are way over here and way over here, and the left keeps going further left, the right keeps going further right, and everybody in America is just going, "What the fuck are you guys doing?"
Everybody in America is like, "Can we just get the weed and call it a day?"
Right. I mean, over 70%. Over 70% of the population wants it to be legal. Period. And it's time to vote on.
And then the 30% that don't. 10%, only 10% are really hardcore against it. The other 20 don't give a shit. It's like alcohol; they don't care.
Well, I mean, just think about the amount of tax dollars gets used on fucking pot dealers. Oh my god! Oh wow, they're so dangerous.
The thing that amazes me is you've got states like Colorado, right? Colorado, when they first made it legal, they refunded everybody's state taxes. Nobody had to pay state taxes that year because they made so much money on sales tax on they didn't know what to do with it all. Right. And then you got states like California, which put a triple sin tax on it. Right. So you pay for it and then you pay double what you're paying for it in a sin tax. And then California's got freaking California has so much money collected in taxes that they could literally run their own country and their own healthcare and everything if it wasn't so flippin' corrupt.
Yeah,
that whole state is fucking terrible. Newsom, I read this article about Newsom about him trying to pass a bill that says it's okay for an 11-year-old to give consent to an adult. I'm sorry, that's a bit beyond, but I don't want to get political, so we'll.
Let's stay out of that world for a moment.
Y'all live in California. I'm sure you feel a little bit of that.
And Andrew Howard asked, when are we releasing the 6-inch?
Yeah, I saw that.
Your eyes are gonna pop out.
We'll get there. We're almost there.
We'll get there. We're almost there.
Yeah. There's just a couple more things I want to do for it. I just want to make sure it's right.
I've had the necromancer, the big chase squad. I've had the first prototype since August, and then I changed a couple of the parts back in November, and then I just sent them out this year to a couple of test pilots. Sometimes it goes
you know how it goes, man. It's like you don't feel comfortable just like being like, well, it's for sale now. It's like, no, dude.
Yeah.
I really want to know about it and be able to answer questions if they come up,
Yeah.
So
Necromancer also has way more parts in it than any other quad.
It's and it's a little more complicated to build. Yeah. It's a specific purpose.
But you know what? Not to cut you off, but if you make it right. And you do some testing and you make some adjustments and then you say, okay, you know what? I think this is the final product. Have a few people test it and then you start to put it on sale. Then you don't have to make 50 revisions while people are flying the current version because that's gonna piss off your client base.
Yeah.
Well. So what I did with the Mutiny V2 was I opened up the pre-order for the prototypes for anybody that wanted to test one. And I got 23 pilots on this one. I got 20 pilots on the first Mutiny, 23 pilots on the V2. And every bit of feedback that they had went into the final revision of the frame. It was more feedback than it was difficult to deal with all the feedback, but every single criticism or suggested adjustment or tweak went into the frame. And then the one thing that I couldn't do that a couple people, the people that flew the OG Mutiny wanted me to do was to shorten the front end. They're like, well, the front end's too long. It just, I can't, it flies different than the Mutiny V1. And I was just like, okay, well, I put all the strength edits and the new arms and everything I put on the Mutiny V1. So so now I have an analog Mutiny V2 and then the HD Mutiny V2. Now the analog still fits a Vista unit, but you'll get props and you get slight props in view. It'll still fly 5.5 inch. But the HD, no props in view on 6 inch, fits the DJI or the Caddx Vista, and it just flies. It flies well. It does take a little bit to get used to the length of the front end. Danish will attest to that. But yeah. I mean, you can tell by his flying, it didn't take him too long to get used to it. So, but speaking of Danish,
available? Do you make the V1 available for people who prefer the V1?
The V1. So what I did was I adjusted the V1, which was just built for analog. It was built before digital. I adjusted it. So the only main difference is I extended the front and the back 8 millimeters, so I could move the standoffs off of the arm screw. So currently on the Mutiny, the V1, the standoffs are part of the structure. It actually the arm screws into the standoff, and that was the one criticism that people didn't like about it, is that it's hard to keep screws tight when they're screwed into a standoff. And that being the arm screws, it does make a difference. So what I did was I extended the frame 8 millimeters in the front, 8 millimeters in the back, just to be able to move the screws off of the arms, move the standoffs off of the arm screws. And then I did like the bump out on the front. Like I've got a little chin bump out here that kind of protects the camera a little bit better. On the old Mutiny, on the Mutiny V1, you can see it's kind of recessed on the bottom plate. So I bumped that out on this, and I changed the slotting of some of the holes. And then I gave it the new arms. But other than that, the Mutiny non-HD V2, like I said, all the major updates were just moving the standoffs and beefing up the front and then giving it the new arms. The old arms will still fit, the same arm design across all the 5-inch frames. I did that when I first started. So like my the race arms, the 6-inch race arms on the Asp and the Wyvern are the 5.5-inch arms for the Mutiny. Same size, same bolt on. So if you wanted to swap a Mutiny arm out of your racer, you could, or vice versa, so on. The next racer, the new racer I'm designing. So this is the Asp racer.
Right here.
You can see it's got tons of room. This is a 20 by 20 stack, but it's still got tons of room for the electronics and everything in there. And it's still pretty light. I mean, it's only 69 grams, but if I shorten that carbon base, I can and put the camera out front like a lot of the quads are doing, I could drop it by another almost 8 grams.
Makes sense.
Frame.
This Asp Racer on 4.3 release 5 on stock rates is so freaking locked in. It's so robotic, and it just flies fantastic. The only sad thing is it's analog, so I might need to see if I can squeeze a Vista in there, because I tried to fly it. I'm like, I hate this analog stuff. It sucks.
I'm just so still have the Rotor Riot sticker on there.
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
the Rampage sticker there.
So I got a dip, but I'll ask one last question real quick of you guys, and you tell me what you think. What do you prefer, the Air unit or the Vista? Because I'm leaning back to the Vista and like about to rip Air units out of almost everything we own.
Yeah, I will say Vista, because I mean I like the Air unit because it had an SD card in there, but that SD card is very unreliable. The diversity, I don't really feel like I get any better penetration and stuff like that for it. So I think that for anything that needs the extra range penetration, I would say go with the air unit, but for freestyle bandos and stuff like that, I would just go with the Vista because I think it's way more sturdy and it can handle more. That's my take on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'll back that one up.
Yeah, that's kind of how I've been feeling lately.
Biggest rule with that Vista, I see a lot of people break that UFL off. You gotta secure your antenna. You got to. Number one rule because it's gonna be your $165 in the toilet.
Yeah,
That
right.
and the MIPI cable. So people say that you know they want you should put a little bit of TPU and put a little bit of glue or something like that. I don't think it matters when the crash happens. I think the most important thing is to have enough slack that hopefully it doesn't go beyond the slack.
Absolutely. And when you do have weird issues, don't just think that it's toast. There's a ribbon cable that goes between the two modules. I have had a couple of times where I had to go in and reseat that. It's not hard at all to separate those and just reseat that little connector that's on the inside and just make sure, like you said, have enough slack on it and make sure that thing can't get ripped out.
Yeah.
Protect that cable. Try not to run it between the flight control and the ESC because if you do have something burn out, you don't want that to get damaged. But it doesn't pull a lot of voltage through there, but you still might be able to damage the actual module if there's any kind of voltage touching it. So that's just my take on it. Secure that UFL.
Yeah, I've been trying to figure out the best place to put the wire. I've started running it on the ESC.
That's where I go.
That's the only thing that's difficult because the flat cat, the 7-inch, I ran it through, like you said, between the ESC and the flight controller when the HGLRC ESC caught on fire midair, and that's when it was toasted, and before it could burn the wire all the way through because whatever metal they're using for the wire is actually pretty durable.
Yeah.
It ripped out of the Vista, so it destroyed the Vista anyway. So I don't know what kind of metal, because it's not regular copper, it's something else, but like it just didn't want to separate, but it was burned to a crisp,
right,
and ripped right out anyway. So I don't know. Anyway, guys, I gotta go help the wife with the kiddos. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining, man.
Absolutely.
It's great to meet you guys. It's time for me to dip out too.
All right. Well, I'm going to answer a couple more questions here. I got two to FPV asking if I was going to make a mid-mount frame like the Remix or the Footy. I had actually thought about it. I just I've got 6 prototypes I was working on this year, so it was a lot to manage. Well, thanks, Shinjo. All right, he disappeared without saying goodbye. All right, but yeah, I'm working on a lot of stuff. Like I said, the next frame that I'm working on is going to be a racer. So I've got another racer coming out. I'm going to redo. I got a 5-inch racer, and then I'm redoing the bottom plate on the Pixie 3-inch racer. So it'll fit the the diamond stack. Right now, currently it's 20 by 20 or the 16 by 16 stack in it. But I'll have to change the shape and redo the canopy and all that. That's going to take a little bit of editing. But then I'll get back to some freestyle stuff. I'm trying to kind of work my way into all the little niches. The cinematic footage is definitely one that I'm working on. That's kind of why I fixed the hex. I'm also going to do like a cinematic quad or X8. I haven't figured out yet. Let me see here. Yes, I have. Yeah, I got a link here. Let me share it. There we go. DankMultirotors.com. Oh, it's right underneath my name here too.
There you
go. Thanks, Danish. But yeah, so right now the stock's a little bit low because I've been phasing out a couple of models, and I've got a new order that's due to arrive this week. So the V2, the Mutiny V2s will be up hopefully by next weekend. And then let's see, the Nemesis got 3.5 inch and 4 inch variants of that coming out. The Skya coming out, and both of the V2s. So I got a ton of stuff. Actually, Third Eye View, Dan does a lot. I have a hard enough time trying to find time to repair my own stuff because, in addition, like the frame company is my side business. I still have a full-time job on top of that. So unfortunately, I don't do repairs. I do help local flyers if they're having trouble fixing things. But it's not something I try to do on a regular basis. Although Dan Piper Parkinson does do repairs. If you send him a frame, he will repair your drone.
Yep.
And help you get it back flying. He does good on tuning as well. So if you hit up Dan will be able to help you get a drone back up in the air if you'd like. And he loves to do that stuff. He's building drones for Rob Eccles right now. So he loves to do that kind of stuff.
Yep, just send him a message. He'll help you.
And that, as part of the channel, like I said, he's really starting to help that more, or do that more. He does have, if you talk to him, I believe he's got I think that's one of the things that he does with his Patreons is helping troubleshoot. So, but yeah, give him a call, talk to him. Oh, cool. He's in Killeen. I'm in Leander. So you're probably about 40, maybe 45 minutes from me. Do you fly with the guys up in Temple? Because Temple's got a big flying club up there, Temple Drone Racing. Luke Sanford of SkyReadyRC.com runs that chapter up there, and he does a great job. They do flies every weekend in Temple. They've got their own flying field in Temple there. But they do a lot of racing, lots of racing. Almost most of the setups that they do are racing. But I think Luce is in the top 50 fastest pilots in the country, give or take.
All right. Hey, Matt, you want to, B-Rad just put out a minute and a half video. You want to play that one out for us?
Yeah, let me check that real quick.
Little Rampage highlight.
Yeah. He told me about when this happened, and then it sounds like a hoot to watch. So
yeah,
they had a little bit of a accident and a really weird quad retrieval.
Let me let's see. Yep, there we go. Get that.
You probably need sound for it. All right. There we go.
Everybody, this is Jasper. I got me right down. Let's go and get the poll. We're trying to get Bruce's drone out of this giant steel tank. This Rampage 2022. What's up? Got a little stranded fella right there.
Make it big when you can.
Some homies up on the way.
You get a drone inside the tank.
But I love that B-Rad had the tool.
Yep.
Oh shit. Oh.
Yeah, they went through up there on accident.
Look at that.
Yay.
It's like
There's the man.
no one was radiated in this retrieval.
At least not we know of.
There were some awesome retrievals from that weekend.
Yep.
Yours especially.
Did E-Rod do music this year too?
Oh yeah,
he did. Yeah,
I didn't see anybody post it. All right, take it easy, buddy.
I did a little thing on Instagram. That's about it.
I was trying to get Ken to play your little challenge against Ken the other night.
I played that one already.
Did you?
Yeah, and actually, I've got his the Steps from Hell one freaking pulled up already.
This one right here.
This one here was freaking insane. There was some tiny gap dives in this that I just loved.
It was insane to me. It was 2 packs for lunch. Probably my best flying I've ever done.
It just sometimes happens, man.
Yeah. It was mostly the speed I get on the second pack, which is like crazy.
Did you
See, every time I try to fly at lunch, I end up right at the last pack that I have time to fly. I'll crash somewhere and end up having to retrieve it or get it stuck in a tree or something.
Yeah.
I used to have a little more flexibility in my lunch breaks where it didn't matter what time I came back. It's because I usually worked from 7 in the morning until 6 or 7 at night. So they were a little lax on when I would But now that I'm a trainer, I've got to I can't leave my students sitting in a class waiting for me while I'm out ripping packs at lunch.
Right.
Invite them out. Be like a field trip.
I've actually
we're going flying.
Yeah, I don't do that during class time, but a lot of times, like the last day of class, I'll bring my whoops in and I'll fly them around, and then I'll take them out to the parking lot, and then I'll fly the Nemesis Micro in the parking lot.
Nice.
Yeah. So one of my tricks you just saw me do there, where I could do under flip out, and I do a slow roll towards the gap. Where I'm gonna go next. I'm gonna do a little tutorial on that here soon. I did record a couple times, but I didn't like the way I was talking, so I'm gonna redo it.
No fiery bush this time.
Yeah,
that's that is the hardest part of doing a vlog, is getting over how you look and sound when you're doing it.
Yeah.
I like that, dude. And then right back in it.
Nah. But then, Tim, you're definitely a natural at like explaining things, though. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
You definitely are very descriptive of how to do it and showing it. But you've taught me quite a bit.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna fly with you some more and push you harder now.
Now I'm in trouble.
Yes, you are.
No, I need to be.
I just need to get out and fly more.
Yes, you do. Yep.
Yeah.
And now you got to go out and fly, because I want some fresh footage from everybody, so I can make a little team edit.
Well, I'll definitely have some footage from IO.
Yeah.
Just a matter
I meant of flying, not like other people flying. Nice try.
No, well, I'll have footage of me flying from IO.
Okay, good.
Like,
don't be outsourcing that shit. I want you.
I'm not going there just to watch.
Although, hey, what's up, Laura?
I am going to try to compete. I am going to try to compete in the rookie race. Although they'll probably give me shit because I've been going there since 2017 or 2018 to the.
You're no
the
damn rookie boy.
Yes, I still suck. Leave me alone.
We got Mom to Dawn on here.
Hey.
Mom to Dawn.
I mean, not Mom to Dawn. We got Laura on here.
Oh.
Mrs. Dawn to Dawn. I can't speak tonight. I'm feeling so out of it. I'm sorry. Twan.
She was Dawn the mom, right?
Dawn.
Oh, geez.
Mom the Dawn.
I'm just a mess.
You've had a rough week, man, or a rough couple weeks, I would say.
Yeah.
Between.
But yeah, this is the
competitions.
This is the Nemesis 3-inch with a Insta360 Go on it here.
That thing's beautiful.
Yeah, it's Mrs. Dawn. I'm
Mrs. Dawn.
At least I know your name, Laura. Yeah, I know. I should be ashamed. Also, I didn't take any pictures with her. I felt so bad. I'm just so bad at taking pictures with people. I really am. Just like I'm bad at doing vlogs.
You are just on.
I'm bad at even posting my video. I've got DVR or Insta3, some kind of video for almost every time I fly. I just don't.
Dude, that's a 3-inch you said?
Yeah. That's the Nemesis Micro 3. Like I really put like a lot of thought in this and trying to make it so it flies like you're freestyling a 5-inch in just a smaller package. I still like to the point where I made this. no one had really made a Squished X micro with a top mounted battery. And I'd asked my friend Dalton, who designed micro frames. I asked him to do one for me, and he was just like, "Nah, I don't think anybody would want it." And then
Here it is.
so I was
Sorry,
like, "Okay,
it took me a little while.
make my micro."
I had to find it on my desk. Desk is a mess. My desk is
All
like
right.
a graveyard. I had to
But yeah,
find it.
so this frame here weighs. I've got 1404, 4600 kV. I'm flying it on 3S in the video here.
Yeah.
But it weighs 186 grams with the Insta360 Go, and the 650 milliamp hour battery.
Damn.
So
No,
it
I love a 3-inch like that. That is beautiful. I mean,
the tune on it's great. Right now I've got a really low angle on my Insta360, which is why you can see a little bit of prop.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
I'm
okay.
that's gonna be a soundbite, Colin. Just so you
What?
know. It's gonna
I
be
love
my new
a good
notification.
3-inch.
I love a good 3-inch.
I'm gonna go back and record that and put it on my notification.
I thought about that earlier when I was talking about your 7-inch that you flew at Rampage, and I was like,
Yeah.
I really love Tim's 7-inch.
There she is. What's up, Kim Fused?
Kim, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Kim?
Welcome to the stream. You missed Dan. You missed Petrol and Shoji.
Yes, we're talking about our 3 to 7 inchers.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Night is gone.
Way to show up when the action starts.
Like, oh, girls in the room, watch out.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, that was the one video that I've got posted. Like, I won't play that one. This was the first micro build I ever built, 2.5 inch. This is originally it was called the Little Shit, but he ended up calling it the Little Deuce because Facebook didn't like the name Little Shit.
It's not how you size the counts, it's how you bang the
This is a family-friendly show, Kim.
Funny.
Depends on what family you're in. Banging them sticks, huh?
But yeah, this was the micro. So the guy that designed this, I was trying to get him to design me a freestyle 3-inch, and he just didn't want to do it. So after I got a couple of my frames going, I was like, why the heck not? And I actually the Nemesis Micro I designed to be a 2.5 inch. I did not have any plans to make a 3-inch version, except that I knew I wanted a 3-inch version for myself, so I ordered 2.
Oh yeah.
And Dan got the 2.5 inch and he liked it. And he broke one, so I sent him a 3-inch, and he liked the 3-inch better. I just wanted an ultralight 3-inch, and then the 3-inch it was like everybody was like, "No, you definitely have to make the 3-inch. No, you have to make the 3-inch," and it was just like, okay, yeah, dude. And now the 3-inch is more popular. Like I haven't sold a 2.5 inch in ages. I think I've got 2 left. I didn't even order any more because nobody had bought one. And like
the 3 inches has been so popular for a while now, and now it's 3.5 inch for this.
Well, and that's what I did this time. Is I bought, instead of buying 2.5, I bought 3.5s and 4s.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, that 3.5 inch is going to really help for the people with the Vistas.
Oh yeah,
a little extra you want, and it's going to match up to the 3-inch analog with that.
Yeah. But I will say the 2-inch will fly better than the Bobito. Actually, I haven't flown the Bobito yet, but it looks pretty cool. It's a tiny little drone.
It does look really cool, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does actually.
Like I'm wondering if I can
that little flywheel 1S that I have. That I love that thing.
I'm wondering if it can fit a regular whoop board, or it has to be that board he uses. I need to figure that out, because I'd be tempted to try it out and just transplant my whoop over there.
To answer your question, Do you guys know? You guys knowing so much about the difference, able to answer the age-old question if size matters. To be honest, guys, it that's up to the woman. I'm sorry, I can't say that. There are gay guys out there too. But it's up to your partner whether it matters or not. I mean,
Is that it?
You don't have a whole lot of say in it.
What, I like 10-inch frames, and then I got to bounce hot tub time, and then Gordo shows up and says, "Hey, dudes."
Yeah.
What's up, Gordo? That's better. You got a big one, huh?
All right, and I think we'll end the show with that because we can't go any more downhill from here. All right. So, thank you guys for joining the stream. Again, congrats to Colin for being the new optimized drone team pilot. Congrats to Danish for being the first Gank Multi-Rotors freestyle team pilot. Thank you very much, you guys.
On his big win this week too. Don't forget about that.
Just want to show you one last thing here.
Danish going to show us one last thing.
You're never going to see ego like this.
Is it 7 inches? No.
Rippies!
Oh, yeah.
Rippies!
Yeah.
Gotta love the Rippies, boys. That's right.
That is beautiful.
Thanks, guys. You guys have a good night.
All right, guys. Everybody, good night. I will see you all at I.O. I will be on the stream next weekend. We're not leaving till Monday to start driving up there, so I will be freaking here next Sunday and hyped up, and probably be a short show because I'll be so hyped up. But we'll talk about it some more. I'm trying to lay out a little more plans for it. So take care, everybody. Rip some packs. Hey, and post some video, man. You guys know we'll watch videos on the shows on Sundays. All right. Have a good night.